Route 666, Midnight Run. The desert stretches out, an endless canvas of sand and scrub under a sky bruised with twilight. Chloe gripped the steering wheel, knuckles white, the hum of the tyres a lonely song. Route 66, they called it. Historic. Now it just felt empty. She glanced at the fuel gauge. Empty too. A bead of sweat trickled down her temple. This detour was a mistake. No signal. Of course. Just the vast, indifferent silence and a growing knot of unease in her stomach. Something wasn't right. A flicker on the horizon. Hope, fragile but real, bloomed in her chest. A gas station, a dilapidated beacon in this desolate landscape. The air hung thick with the smell of dust and something else. Metallic, acrid. The asphalt was cracked, choked with weeds. Dust devils danced in the distance like restless spirits. A figure emerged from the shadows of the station, gaunt, unblinking, the attendant. He stood motionless, an unsettling stillness about him. He didn't speak, didn't smile, just gestured, a slow, deliberate movement towards the pump. The pump clanked and whirred, the numbers spinning upwards. Chloe swiped her credit card, a small act of normalcy in this increasingly bizarre situation. The printer sputtered, spitting out a receipt. She glanced at the total, 0. Her breath hitched. Below the total, printed in stark black letters, paid in full, returned by midnight. A wave of icy dread washed over her. She looked up at the attendant. His expression was unreadable, but the intensity of his gaze sent a shiver down her spine. She slammed the car into gear, tyres spitting gravel as she tore away from the station. Route 666, the sign read. A shiver ran down her spine. The feeling of being watched intensified. Paranoia gnawed at the edges of her mind. Every shadow seemed to lengthen, to reach. The radio crackled with static, a discordant symphony of unease. She switched it off, the silence somehow even more oppressive. A lone coyote watched from the roadside, its eyes gleaming in the darkness. The flickering headlights cast distorted reflections in the side mirror, grotesque and unfamiliar. Midnight. The relentless clock ticked on. The car lurched, the headlights flickering like dying embers. The engine sputtered, coughed and died. Silence. Absolute suffocating silence. She was stranded, alone, in the middle of nowhere. Panic clawed at her throat. She fumbled for her phone. Still no signal, just the cold, uncaring stars above. She popped the hood, peering into the engine. A tangle of wires and metal, utterly incomprehensible. A futile effort. A low growl echoed from the darkness. A shuffling sound close by, too close. Her heart hammered against her ribs. She strained her eyes, trying to pierce the inky blackness. Something was out there. Something was moving. The music swelled, a crescendo of terror. Have you ever paid more than money for gas? Subscribe now, before the lights go out.